Yesterday we were discussing about coefficient of variation, correct? Hello.
Yes, sir, variation, standard
So here is the
deviation.
coefficient of variation. I am giving a to you. See, coefficient of variation. So relative dispersion is the amount of variability in a distribution relative to reference point or benchmark. That means how much variation will be there from the mean or the center point. That is what we are seeing here, correct? So a very good measure of dispersion to check the variability is nothing but coefficient of variation. The formula for coefficient of variation is standard deviation by mean. Okay. Hello.
Sir, could you repeat
Hello.
the definition of coefficient of variation once again?
See, coefficient of variation definition is not given. See, I started the discussion with relative dispersion. That is nothing but it is what does it measure? The variability in a distribution. That means whatever the data you are having, variability in that data. That means how much you have found out the mean of something. So what that is your expectation. The mean is your expectation. Now you are seeing how much how much you are away from the mean. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That is nothing but the variability, correct?
Yes, sir.
But here we are taking two things. We are taking two data to check that. The coefficient of variation can be checked between two data sets. Okay. So now the formula for coefficient of variation is standard deviation by mean. Example can explain you or help you to understand this concept in a very easy manner. Coefficient of variation measures the amount of dispersion. It shows how much you are away from the mean. So what does how would you interpret this? Suppose if you are doing some investment in some security, you are buying some stocks or some bond. Coefficient of variation is used to measure the risk per unit of expected return. That means how much risky that investment is, we can understand with the help of coefficient of variation. See, if the coefficient of variation is high, that means very high risk, and this particular security in which you are planning to invest or in the stock in which you are planning to invest will have more variability, more, it will be more risky and more away from the expectation. Are you understanding? Hello.
Yes, sir.
If the coefficient of variation is less, that means it will be less risky, less variability, and it will be very much near to the expectation. Expectation is nothing but what you want. You want a security to give 10% returns. You want that. You expected, or this is the average return it should give, but it is giving 12% and 14%. Like let's say one security is giving 12%, another security is giving 14%. Which is more risky? This 14%. Why? This is more
Yes,
away
sir.
from the expectation. Correct or wrong? Yeah.
Correct.
So coefficient of variation we'll find out, we'll check it, and then we will decide which one is more risky security, or which one will be having more variability, or which one will be more away from the mean. Okay. There's an example here. So you have just presented with a report that indicates that the mean monthly return on T-bill. See, T-bill is nothing but treasury bill. It is the government security of United States, correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is a government security of United States country. So this is the most secured investment in the world. And you can even see the the average return from this treasury bill is 0.25%. And the standard deviation is 0.36%. What does it mean? We will see. And there is a S&P 500. That means There is a S&P 500 index stock. Okay, S&P 500 is nothing but it's a stock market of United States. And there is and if you invest in this particular stock, which has combination of many companies, its average return what you can expect is 1.09. And its standard deviation is also 7.30. Now you tell me, Amsika, which is more risky? Hello?
Sir, 0.36.
Hello?
Hello?
This is more risky.
Hello, sir?
I'm not able to hear your voice. Hello? Yeah. Which one is more risky? The treasury bill is more risky or S&P is more risky?
Sir, S&P is more risky.
Which one is more risky?
S&P.
Yeah, because the standard deviation of S&P is very high. Yeah, the
Yes,
standard
sir.
deviation of Standard and Poor is very high. It shows lot of variability. Understood? And since the this one is very high, just a second. Since the risk is very high, the return is also high. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
And here the risk is less and the return is also less. So now what we'll do is we'll find out the coefficient of variation of these two investments. So here the standard deviation is 0.36 and the mean is 0.25 for T-bill. For S&P, 7.30 by 1.09. This comes 6.70, this comes 1.44. Now you tell me whose coefficient of variation is high? The Standard and Poor. So what does it mean? It is more riskier than T-bill. That means here the dispersion will be more or the variability will be more. That means it is expected that the returns from Standard and Poor will be very much away from the expectation or the average. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Please see this interpretation. This topic is done. After finishing, tell me. I'll move to the next topic. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.